When you hear the word Pomeranian, you probably think of an excessively fluffy puppy, not the Polish voivodeship. That's where we're heading today to check out the stadiums and arenas of Gdansk, Poland. Well, actually the whole Tri-City metropolitan area. We start off with Hala Olivia, which has a very distinctive exterior design, one that tells you it was built in a country that was east of the Iron Curtain in the Cold War era. Before a renovation in 2016, the building was covered in advertising and generally not looking so good. Now it's absolutely stunning, especially when lit up at night. We are in the Baltic region where the people are generally quite fond of ice hockey. There's even a nearby town called Puck, although it's almost certainly pronounced Putsk. But yeah, this place is home to a professional hockey club, the name of which, Stoczniowicz, means shipyard worker. There are a lot of ports in this area, and this club was founded by a group of, you guessed it, beekeepers. I mean shipbuilders, same thing. The shipyard workers also have a football team that plays at a much less impressive venue. However, it's one that's actually situated right by the shipyard. You can even see the cranes in the distance through the trees. The ground started out with a running track, but then that was transformed into a speedway track, and now the grass field is surrounded by more grass. Nature has taken over. Nature has taken over everywhere. I kinda like that look though. You know, the man-made structures are run down, but nature is thriving. Sure, it's a little bit post-apocalyptic, but that's better than mid-apocalyptic. Polsat Plus Arena Gdansk. In this city, the streets aren't paved with gold, but at least its largest stadium is clad with gold. Gold-coloured plastic, that is, and, you know, who's to say which is better? I guess they wanted to make a bold statement, and it doesn't get much more bold than a whole lot of gold. It never gets old. Gold also happens to be one of the colours of Lechia Gdansk, the other being green, which is represented by the seating. Lechia is the biggest club in town. You might say they are the top dog. The stadium was not just intended for their use though. It was built for the 2012 Euros, which Poland co-hosted with Ukraine. It is a rather nice stadium in its own right, but when you see the ground that the club used to play at before this one, it seems even better by contrast. Just wait until you see it. It's not a very long wait, here it is. Stadion Gdańskiego Ośrodka Sportu. The men's football team may have left, but the women's team and the rugby team still call this place home. Which is good, I suppose. This old ground may be inferior in every single way, but that doesn't mean it's less than. No, to be fair, there is one aspect where this is better. That being the wooded hills, which do make for a nicer backdrop than golden plastic. This stand is actually known as the Forest Stand because of that. Interestingly, during renovations about 20 years ago, the earthworks people found unexploded bombs from World War II in the car park. I guess it shouldn't be too surprising given that we are in Poland. Where I'm from, the worst thing excavator operators have to worry about is gas or water pipes, or maybe electrical cables. You see, Hala Olivia is not quite adequate to meet the demand of a city of this size. Ergo, arena. Ergo is just the name of some insurance broker. Whereas Hala Olivia's design consists of many straight lines, Ergo Arena is round all round. Well, not every aspect is round. As you can see, there is an octagon of video boards hung from the rafters. The seating layout is a little bit unconventional, particularly at the ends, where most of the premium seating is situated. Another abnormal aspect to this arena is that it's actually located on the border between two cities, Gdansk and Sopot. In fact, this is called Two Cities Square, but in Polish, obviously. Fittingly, there is a club representing each city playing here. But this is the Tri-City, and the third of which is called Gdynia. We'll start off with Stadion Miejski, which was built on the site of a multi-purpose stadium of the same name that opened way back in 1938. This one may be new by comparison, but it does lack in character. For starters, it is almost completely facadeless. There's just a whole lot of exposed concrete. And inside it's a symmetrical single tier of seating. But at the end of the day, a stadium is just a place for people to comfortably watch sport. And I'm sure this place does just that. Speaking of Baltic, one of the clubs that plays here is named after it. However, they very much play second fiddle, because they are currently in like the 5th tier of Polish football, although they have played in the first division in the past. Anyway, the stadium was built for these guys, hence the colour scheme. 3 times the charm. Polsat Plus Arena Gdynia. In the city of Gdynia, right by Gdansk, there's an arena with a facade of grass. It seems like a strange thing, but it's been done before. There's one in Paris, named after a corps. The earthen exterior that helps insulate the venue is just one of the special features of the exterior. The masts holding up the roof are a nod to the city's maritime heritage. As for the interior, well, it looks a little bit different than what I would have expected from the outside. For starters, there's no grass, but I guess that is to be expected. But yeah, in all seriousness, I would have expected it to look a bit different in here. I don't know why. A recent renovation has increased the orangeness of the place, so that the main tenant, Arca Gdynia, feel right at home. Wait, is it orangeness or orangeosity? I should also mention the stadium next door because, although it only holds around 2,500, it is the Polish National Rugby Stadium, although it's not the exclusive home of Polish rugby. Baltic Gdansk often plays here as well. So there you have it. That was a nice and varied array of venues. As for my favourite, it was a battle between the Polsat Plus arenas. I guess I have to go with the big golden one. It certainly left its mark on the modest city skyline. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Thanks for watching, have a good one.